Okay, now students, now communicable diseases. So communicable, you know that the communicable diseases is not spreads from a sick person, it not spread from a sick person to a healthy person. Sick person to a healthy person means those type of diseases which are not transferred from a sick person to a healthy person, like arthritis, kidney failure. You know that the this is the arthritis. Okay, so it cannot spread from touching. Okay, if anyone touch it and it spread to another person. So arthritis and kidney failure. Kidney failure means if anyone is suffering from the kidney failure and he is drinking the water, and after that you have to take that water and you are suffering from the kidney failure, then this is not possible. The sick person is not able to transfer the disease to a healthy person. Now acute disease means it is only last for some short period lifespan, we can say. It is a disease which only lasts for a short span, do not cause any such long term bad effects. So it is a short period diseases and not impact, not on body as a bad effects. Okay, so for example, cold, cough, typhoid, it is the example of the acute diseases which have short lifespan or which are short span and does not cause any bad effects on the body. Example, cold, cough and typhoid. Chronic disease. Chronic disease is long term diseases and it causes long term bad effect. Example, encephalitis and diabetes. You know that this is the encephalitis and this swollen portion is the encephalitis. Okay, diabetes, you know, diabetes is caused by the deficiency of insulin hormone. Okay, now congenital disease is those type of diseases which present since birth. Okay, since birth means from your birth it is considered as a congenital disease. These are caused due to the genetic defect or any malfunctioning of the body parts, means deficiency of the any nutrients, metabolic disorders. So these are present since birth, called congenital disease. You know that this is your normal or typical RBC and this is the sickle cell RBC, means this is a disease of sickle cell anemia, means it does not carry sufficient oxygen to the body tissues or cells. They are permanent and pass to the children. They may pass to children. Sickle cell anemia. Okay, so it is a normal blood cells and this blood cells is sickle shaped, means it does not carry the proper amount of oxygen to the body. And what is the function of oxygen? To take nutrient, okay, to different part of the body tissues or cells. Acquired disease is the disease which not present from the childhood, or we can say that they are acquired during a lifespans. Those type of character which we acquired after the birth, we can say, called acquired diseases. Okay, they can be communicable or non communicable, means that they can be communicable, means it can transfer from a sick person to a healthy person, or non communicable means they cannot be transferred from a sick person to a healthy person. Now extrinsic factors is the external factors like pathogens or unbalanced diet. Okay, pathogen, this is the pathogen, means disease causing agent. Pathogen is what? It is a disease causing agent, and unbalanced diet is also a extrinsic factor which causes the disease. Environmental factors and narcotic drugs are also play an important role for spreading the diseases. You know that this smoke is very harmful to human body, and the narcotic drugs which are taken to the modern guys as a addiction. Okay, so this may cause also a bad effect on body. Disease caused by pathogens. Some common human disease caused by microorganism like chickenpox, polio, measles, hepatitis, tuberculosis, typhoid, cholera, malaria. So these are the viruses. Okay, this smallpox, polio, measles, hepatitis B. Okay, hepatitis B caused by the viruses, and tuberculosis, typhoid, and cholera is a bacterial disease. Malaria is a protozoan disease. This is the mode of transmission by which the disease can transfer. Air contact, polio is also air water transmission through air and water. Measles also spread from the air, hepatitis B through water. So you can read it. Now, disease caused by pathogens like in plants like citrus canker through it is spread causative. What is the causative agent of citrus canker? Bacteria. Mode of transmission is air. Rust of wheat is caused by the fungi or fungus. Mode of transmission from air. And yellow mosaic of ladyfinger is caused by the virus. Spread through water. Mode of transmission is water. Disease caused by inadequate diet means anemia, goiter, beriberi, scurvy. These are some diseases which are caused by the inadequate diet. If anemia deficiency causes hemoglobin or iron, symptom general weakness and pale complexions. Goiter is the deficiency of iodine. Symptoms painful joints. Beriberi is due to deficiency of vitamin C or thiamine. Weakness, swelling of pain and legs, loss of appetite. These are the some symptoms which appear if the deficiency of beriberi in your body. Scurvy is due to the deficiency of vitamin C. The another name of vitamin C is ascorbic acid. Swollen gums, healing. These are the some delayed wound healing. These are the some characters or symptoms which appear due to deficiency of scurvy. Now, rickets is due to the deficiency of vitamin D. Symptoms sleeplessness, pale face, diarrhea, deformed skull, pelvis, limbs in children. Okay, hypokalemia is the deficiency of potassium. Symptoms rise in heartbeat, kidney damage, weakness. Night blindness is due to vitamin A. It is the symptoms which be light intensity is low in this. Xerophthalmia is due to the deficiency of vitamin A, and the symptom is dryness. Dermatosis is the deficiency of vitamin A due to the deficiency of vitamin A, and symptoms is skin diseases. Riboflavinosis is due to the deficiency of vitamin 2, that is the riboflavin, in which blood vision, soreness of eyes and tongue occur. Pellagra is the deficiency of nicotinic acid and vitamin B complex, we can say. In this, the diarrhea, mental lethargy, red skin, itchy hands, feet, elbow and knees occur. Disease caused by the environmental pollution. You know that radioactive pollution is most harmful, and you know that the radioactive rays enter in our cell and our nucleus and damage the DNA or genetic material also. So damage of proteins, membranes and nucleic acid damage DNA, tumors, leukemia, blood in cuff, cancer, lung cancer, skin cancer, bone cancer, swelling of bone joints, ulcer, eye problems. These are the some problems which occur due to the radioactive pollution. Symptoms of diseases, they indicate the presence of disease. Symptoms of disease is what? Means that they indicate the presence of the diseases. Symptoms of each diseases are particular, like eye pain, muscle pain, बोन पेन, ठीक है, हेडेक, रैसेस, nausea or vomiting. These are the symptoms of the disease. We often confuse symptoms with sign. Okay, we often confuse symptoms with sign. So let's see that what are the signs of a disease. Signs are the symptoms. Signs are the symptoms that are not general or rare particular for a particular diseases. Treatment, if we speak about the treatment, then we can remove disease by following either up 2 steps: by reducing the effect of the disease or by remove the causes of the microorganism. So by following these 2 steps we can reduces the diseases or remove the diseases, or we can say we can do the treatment of the disease. Prevention. What is the prevention? General ways of prevention of airborne disease. If we speak about the airborne diseases, then we know that we have to keep our house ventilated, means proper ventilation should be there. There do not be overcrowded places, live in clean environment, and maintain personal and community hygiene. So by which we can prevent the airborne diseases. Specific ways of prevention, you know that by strong the immune system we can prevent the diseases. Then the infecting agent or its toxin cannot affect us. If we build up our immune system, then the toxin of the infecting agent cannot affect us. What is immunity? It is the resistance against disease. It is the resistance against disease. To raise our immunity level, vaccination is done. To raise our immunity level, there is vaccination is done. What is vaccination? It is the process of injecting either a killed weakened organism in a person's body so as to raise his immunity level. So vaccination is a process in which we injecting a killed or weakened microorganism into the body, okay, for raise his immunity level. If the function in the following manner, it function in the following manner, like when vaccination is given, if जैसे कैसे होता है जब हम किसी को वैक्सीन देते हैं, then what will happen? If a killed or weakened microorganism is injected, the body fails to recognize it, and in response it secretes certain antibodies that try to or kill, causing foreign agent. अगर हम किसी भी किल्ड या वीकेंड माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म को बॉडी के अंदर इंजेक्ट करते हैं तो हमारी बॉडी उसे तुरंत रिकॉग्नाइज नहीं कर पाती है कि ये हमारे बॉडी का ही मटेरियल है या बॉडी के बाहर आ रहा है। तो इसके अगेंस्ट में हमारी बॉडी एंटीबॉडीज़ फॉर्मेशन करने लगती है, और वो एंटीबॉडी फॉर्म करने के बाद उस एजेंट को किल कर देती है, और जो भी फॉरेन मटेरियल आया हुआ होता है उसकी डेथ हो जाती है। ओके, सो आफ्टर दिस वी विल डिस्कस अबाउट दीज एंटीबॉडीज वंस मेड remain in the body and protect us throughout our life from a particular antigen. जो एंटीबॉडी एक बार बन गई है हमारी बॉडी में, वो हमारे बॉडी में थ्रू आउट हमारे लाइफ रहती है, और उस पर्टिकुलर एंटीजन अगर फ्यूचर में वो एंटीजन हमारे बॉडी में एंटर करता है तो ये उसके अगेंस्ट में एंटीबॉडीज़ फॉर्म करती है और उसे किल कर देगी। The first vaccine was prepared by Edward Jenner in 1796 against smallpox. So first vaccine is your smallpox in 1796. Nowadays many vaccines are given to a newborn child in order to raise its immunity. इस समय तो बहुत सारी इम्यूनिटी को बढ़ाने के लिए, इंक्रीज़ करने के लिए बहुत सारी वैक्सीन्स आ गई हैं, और जब न्यूबॉर्न की बर्थ होती है तो एक चार्ट ही आ जाता है कि किस महीने कौन सी वैक्सीन उसे देना है। सो इम्यूनिटी को बढ़ाने के लिए वैक्सीन को हम देते हैं कि उसे फ्यूचर में, क्योंकि न्यूबॉर्न है वो एक अलग एटमॉस्फेयर से आ रहा हुआ होता है, तो उसे देर आर मेनी चांसेस टू इन्फेक्शंस। सो हम उसको क्या प्रोवाइड करते हैं, इम्यूनिटी के लिए वैक्सीन को प्रोवाइड करते हैं कि वो बीमार ना पड़े। So now the time of the question answer of this topic. So let's start the question answer. First of all, we have the question: state any two conditions essential for your good health. So you know that you have to take balanced diet, and community and personal hygiene is also important to maintain the good health. What are the various means by which infections are spread? So you know that air, water, vector and sexual contact are the causes by which the infections are spread. What is immunization? Dear student, immunization is the process of making a person immune to a disease, strong to a disease by an artificial method. So this is called immunization. What precautions will you take at school to reduce the incidence of infectious diseases? So drinking clean water, availability of proper food, proper ventilation should be there, stay away from the infected persons. So these are the some features of the prevention of the infectious disease. What are the antibiotics? What are the antibiotics? Antibiotics are the medicines that are advised by a doctor in case of any microbial infections. We can say that antibiotics are the disease which can kill or stop the growth of the microorganism. जैसा हम जानते हैं कि एंटीबायोटिक क्या करती है, किसी भी माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म को की ग्रोथ को या तो किल कर देगी, या तो ग्रोथ को या तो इनहिबिट कर देती है, या तो उसे किल कर देती है। ठीक है, सो वी हैव थ्री टर्म्स: एंटीबॉडीज़, एंटीजेंस एंड एंटीबायोटिक्स। सो व्हाट इज़ एंटीजन? एंटीजन क्या होते हैं? जो फॉरेन मटेरियल होते हैं जो हमारे बॉडी में बाहर से आते हैं, उनके अगेंस्ट में जो इम्यूनिटी को बढ़ाने के लिए, उन्हें किल करने के लिए जो मटेरियल होता है उसे हम एंटीजन कहते हैं। और एंटीबायोटिक्स आर द ड्रग्स विच किल और स्टॉप द ग्रोथ ऑफ माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म। So student, it is all about your why do you fall ill. Thank you.